not the leader of a cult. RabbitWithAxe.
Greetings, demons, and welcome to what will most likely be a little bit of a short video, because I'm going to go through the process of actually customizing my first sidekick, that of course being the brand new Peel's sidekick, the banana dog. This is of course included in the Simpsons Battle Pass, and yeah, I decided that I was going to be covering this as its own thing just so that it essentially records exactly how this works for future reference, and also because I just think it's an interesting topic to discuss. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and equip Peels here, and immediately we are given 3 different choices. We have the base ripe style, we have the underripe style, and then we have the overripe style. And I think, honestly, for what is going to be my basic version of the, well, sidekick, the dog, the Peels, I think I am going to just go with ripe. Just plain yellow, none of the detailing. I'm not a fan of underripe. I don't think that looks that good. It looks kind of gross in some ways. And the overripe one, while interesting, while cool, I think I would rather stick with just plain yellow. So we're going to do that. And then moving on, we have the quirk. So this affects the ears specifically. So currently we have one that's kind of down. Well, actually both of them are kind of pointed downwards. But one is shorter, one is taller. We also have completely down, which, yeah, gives a bit of a sadder look. I'm not a huge fan of that personally. And then we also have the idea of them being droopy, which is definitely the cutest. I will say it also kind of is sad, though, in the same way. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to actually go with here. I think I'm between up and droopy. I think I'd rather go with up. I think, you know, with this being my, default version, because we are, I believe, going to be getting 2 different chances with Peels specifically, I think I would like it to be just the base design. We can actually view it in context with an outfit we do have Bart equipped currently. Yeah, no, I think I'm pretty happy with just going with these standard up ears. It's going to be very disappointing, actually, if I don't change anything. And then the builds are either default, which is this more skinny sort of build, or we have the chonky build, so a bit more like a corgi almost, which is kind of interesting. I do like both. I'm almost tempted. Let's just quickly just have a look. If I just go with these options. Oh, I kind of like that. In combination, chonky, overripe, and droopy ears. Oh, no, I think I like that way more. I was going to end up going with a pretty standard design and not really vary it out too much. But I kind of like this. What does it look like with the underripeness starting now? No, the underripe is definitely the worst option here. I really like this option. I think I'm going to go with this. I think I want this one to be the one that is following me around for most of this season. Yeah, no, I really like this one. So yeah, we're going with overripe, droopy ears, and chonky build. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's not randomize, let's next step. And yeah, I think we're going to say we're happy with this. Put it in the context again. I like him being chonky. I like that aesthetic. I like the overall look there. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, yeah, we're going to lock him in like this. And oh boy, I made a joke on Reddit. Not a great joke, not a funny joke by any means. Of just calling the banana dog K, obviously being the periodic table symbol for potassium. Or should I go with Potassi Pup? So, at this point, my audio actually cut out in the original recording, which is very unfortunate, but interestingly enough, you can't put certain profanity within a word. So in this case, I was having an issue with the fact that it technically said ass in the middle of the name. Obviously, with potassium, the way it's spelt, it didn't look right without the double S. So we ended up sticking with a spelling out of K, of, the periodic table symbol for potassium. And just to go over some of the very random names that they give, which some are really, really fun. We have things like Boopus, and things like Afriux, which was a really out there one. A lot of good stuff is actually available. Snoot Booper I especially like, and yeah, in general, there are a lot of good name options. If you are just not feeling like having a certain name, there's definitely plenty of options for what you can actually choose. But yeah, as said, I stuck with K for my little potassium pun. And yeah, I'm very happy with that choice in general. And yeah, the entire idea of locking everything in is very interesting and very annoying in a lot of ways, in terms of, especially because we don't know how we'll be able to get more of the versions of the sidekicks in the future. But yeah, going over the customization, we do have the Nana sticker shirt, as well as the bananas shirt, and the Peely shirt, which is unlocked through the Battle Pass progression. So are the first two designs, in fact. They're all unlocked through the quest system. But yeah, overall, I'm not a huge fan of the base two designs, the Nana sticker and bananas. Bananas styles. But the Peely's one I actually quite like, so I'll probably equip that when I unlock it. In terms of reactions, the standard one is pretty cute, but of course, Nana Heart has to be the one that I go with in terms of, having appeals. I think it makes the most sense. And yeah, when it comes to the Psychic emote, I don't have any by default, but the Itty Bitty Maracas is once again unlockable through the quests. So that's one that I'll probably end up equipping just because it appears to be the only actual Psychic emote available for Peels. That may change in the future, I'm sure. As we get more and more Psychic emotes, they might be universal. We don't really know at this point. But yeah, the fact you can change all these options without much hassle, without much issue, is actually really appreciated. And the fact that they are unlocked via just quests, which essentially just relate to earning Sidekick points, and you can obviously get the full variety of loading screen, and the little reaction, the shirts, the emoticons, the banner icon, and also, of course, at the very end, the Itty Bitty Maracas emote. It's pretty good. I overall really like the system and think it does work very well. Overall, I'm not really too confident on, if this will be a long-lasting good feature. We already know that we're going to be getting, I think, another 6 different sidekicks in the future, and the fact that they're all, at least as far as we know, going to be shop items and are going to be decently expensive. I'm not too sure about, how long-lasting this will be, how, valuable this will be for people to actually pay for. But in any case, that is my creation of my very first sidekick based on the Peels sidekick. Mine's called Kay. She is lovely. She's a big girl, but we love her. And yeah, overall, very good experience with sidekicks. As dumb as it is that, it is locked in, and the fact that the customization is in some ways a little bit lacking, especially when you are going to be paying 12 or 1500 V-Bucks per sidekick, I still think these are really cute, really fun, and overall add a lot to the game experience. I think the actual creation of them is also very fun, especially when you're going to have more options than Peels necessarily has. When you have 5, 6, 7 different colors to choose from and stuff like that, there is definitely going to be a lot to offer. But with that being said, that's going to be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new around here, and ring the bell so you never miss upload. Always a couple of your thoughts and feelings on Sidekicks so far, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but worlds divine. I just wanna take